You are live. Well, hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. As a matter of fact, I want to welcome myself because it's been 2 weeks, 2 solid weeks since I've been live with you all, I believe. 2 weeks ago, I believe I was in California on that Friday. And then last Friday, I was in Ohio. How about that? And so I missed being with you all a couple of weeks, but I'm grateful to my partner who I hope to see join me here today, Pastor Mark, Brother Mark. Yes, I see he's joining me now. Good to see you, my friend and my brother. I just called you Pastor Mark. I don't know if that's okay, but that's exactly what I did. I didn't necessarily mean to call you Pastor Mark, but that's what I did. Good to see you. Good to see everyone joining me here live today. I'm so grateful for you all to join me. I haven't seen my brother and my friend Mark again live in a couple of weeks myself because, as I said, I've been out of town. Good to see you, my brother. Good afternoon to everyone, and to have you again, Brother Mark. Mark, when you go back and watch this, you'll see why I called you Pastor Mark. I don't know if I'm prophesying or speaking into your life, but you have been a great leader and partner with me here. Both for the Kingdom Fundraisers Live as well as the 1 Minute Prayer Live. And so thank you for your partnership and being with me. For everyone joining me today, I'm really connected in a major way. I'm working on some things. I've got some people that I'm working with directly. I'm looking forward for these next few days. Next week, I began to do a training for our location here in Melbourne, Florida, where we're training CNAs to become, or training individuals to get in the nursing field as CNAs. We have 10 spots open and available for them next week as we start training. We're doing a sign-in on Monday, and then the following Monday, the 14th, we actually begin the class, 30-hour class, getting people prepared again for CNA training. We're also working directly with some organizations. One out of a new one, hopefully, we're doing a one-on-one interview with the CFO of an organization, a church organization out of Cleveland on Tuesday. We're meeting with some individuals out of Atlanta, 2 different sectors. Hopefully, one of the launches of a program we've been working with out of Chicago, 2 of them actually, prayerfully will be approved. One is already approved, and the other one we're looking for approval any day to get those launches. Let me tell you, Kingdom Fundraising is on the move, and I pray that you guys will get some things today to help make your Kingdom Fundraising simple. We've been talking about that, Kingdom Fundraising made simple. I've been calling it faith-based fundraising, but today I'm labeling, Brother Mark, I'm changing that from faith-based fundraising to Kingdom Fundraising made simple. How about that? And it works with what we call ourselves Kingdom Fundraisers. And for those of you who are a part of the Kingdom faith-based and or nonprofit world, you're part of the Kingdom, because what we do is we help fundraise and we help individuals who are in need, where our goal is really to meet the needs of those that we serve. We're in the service field as nonprofit fundraisers. I hope my camera is clear. Mark, I made the attempt to use my phone today, and I had it all set up to use my phone, and then all of a sudden I hit a button and I was gone. So I'm going to keep playing with it so I can start using the phone, because I really want to get you guys a clear, much clearer picture. And I hear you often say it looks good. So if you know someone who needs this, I want you guys to share these videos with you. When you join the Kingdom Fundraisers, you'll learn through going through our LinkedIn Linktree page, all of the links, all of the social media sites that you can get to. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That you can get to make sure that we're giving you what you need as a Kingdom Fundraiser. And overall, this is simply what we're trying to do. Kingdom Fundraising made simple. The release on that, I'm really done. I've already produced it or manuscripted as Faith-Based Fundraising, but I'm totally going to change that to Kingdom Fundraising Made Simple. Now, all of our official social links are right here. Actually, it's linktr, linktr.ee/Pastor Willie. There you can get YouTube. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel, and guess what? All of these videos are right there. You can subscribe to Facebook, our 1 minute prayer page. You can go to LinkedIn. You can go to all of them, Instagram. All of our pages are made right there for you. Grab your 5 R's for Successful Fundraising ebook today. It's right there on our website, wepinning.com. You'll see the offer and where you can check out your faith-based fundraising ebook. Part of that is what our discussion is today as we talk about Kingdom Fundraising Made Simple. We really use our 5 R's. I don't change my focus. I don't change my mission and my message, even as I'm preparing for what we call the college tour. And I'll be talking in our college tour with the topic from dropout to difference maker. That's really what, as we get ready for the college tour, sharing faith-based fundraising made simple. Simple is really, we're going to really deal with talking about making it more personal so we can affect college students or the next gen fundraisers, which we also have some information directly for the next gen or the next generation fundraiser. I'm 72. And some of us are getting older, and sometimes, we really want to slow down. But even if we don't slow down, I'm looking to bring people on my team that can help us fundraise. Come on, somebody. And I'm looking for the next generation fundraisers to join me as we launch these individuals or organizations that's out there. As you can hear me talk about, have 3 or 4 solid clients now, and there are 3 more on the wings that we're looking to grow. And so we're looking to add to what the ones that we already have. We're looking to add what they're doing and to go to the next step. We pretty much closed out our 90-day plan with those individuals, and now we need to go into the next step of actually doing fundraising for them, matching their vision with funders that want to help them have a consistent cash flow. Now, let me repeat that. One of the things that we do here at Kingdom Fundraisers is we assess your organization development or your vision, and then we match that vision. We match it with funders who want to fund your vision. If your vision is working with youth, we want to find funders who want to fund programs that serve youth. If you're dealing with the elderly, we want to find funders who want to fund your vision to serve elderly. If you're doing mental health, we want to find funders who want to fund your vision for mental health, whether it's for adults, children, or all of the above. Whatever your vision is, our desire is to match your vision. Our desire is to assess your organization, match your vision with the right funder, and so that you can have a consistent cash flow. Yes, we want you to go from startup to sustainability. We want to make sure that whatever the vision is or the program is, that we help you get started. And then you have a consistent cash flow so that you can become stable as an organization. We talk a lot to newer organizations or upstarts. Sometimes we talk to organizations that are already stable, but they're coming out with a new program that they want to launch. And so that's why we do the organizational development. We assess you, and we have an assessment tool that we use to get the right answers so that we can do that. I like that. The goal of your organization is to have a consistent cash flow. And we use our assessment tool to help get the answer that we need to make sure you have everything you need. Now, part of the assessment tool tells me about your organization, it tells me about your vision, and it tells me about your budget. Then we have a second piece that you get from me that is a checklist of most of the things, and I'll just pretty much say 90% of the information that funders want from you. When you get that information from me, it becomes a part of your database. Some of the organizations send it back to me. I don't necessarily need it. but unless I ask for it for when we're doing a grant. But it's to give it to you so that when we're doing a grant, when we're applying for funding, then I can say to you, give me this, do you have that? What is this, your SBA number, your small business loan number? Well, do you have your EIN numbers? We want to have all of that ready when it's time to apply. Too often, when I'm helping people apply for funds, we're scrambling for those things. So our first 90 days, 60 to 90 days, is helping you qualify for funding. And we give you a checklist. We give you an assessment, then we give you a checklist. Do you understand that? The first 90 days, we give you an assessment, then we give you a checklist, and we complete those. And once those things are completed, then we go into research, which is a part of what I talk about today. Our topic is really simplifying the process, right? And that's what we want to do, right? We want to qualify for funding in the first 90 days. And we do that by going through the checklist and the assessment. And so let me do this today. Let's talk about simplifying the process. Faith-based fundraising made simple. And I really want to talk about simplifying the process. Now, I use my 5 R's for successful fundraising all the time. It doesn't really matter what size your organization is, how old your organization is, how new your organization is. The 5 R's for successful fundraising, and as we said earlier, you can go to our website and you can find that book, that ebook, 5 R's of Successful Fundraising. You can find it right there on the website. And in it, you'll find these 5 terms. You'll find the word research. You'll find the word read. You'll find the word write. You'll find the word review. And then last but not least, relationships. Review, read, write. I'm sorry, let me do it again. Research, read, write, review, relationships. When you follow that pattern, I believe with all I have and all I got, that you should be able to become successful in fundraising or grant writing, whatever your need is, because those 5 things are pretty much going to connect you with the right funder that we help match for your organization. So today, let me talk about simplifying it. When I'm teaching and I'm preparing for this, conference with the young people, specifically as we get ready for our concert. But as a musician, I call it a concert. As we get ready for the conferences, for college tours, as we prepare to train individuals, rather we're doing a strategic plan for your organization, which we are hoping to contract with someone local to do that. If you're in need of strategic planning, then we use our logic model program piece to help you do that. There are several tools I have to make sure you can be successful. But when we talk about my goal to specifically help individuals from drop out to a difference maker, I went to college at 18 years old, right out of high school, a musician at the time, playing trombone, was pretty good at it. But when I got to college and I found out that I wasn't as good as those around me, and let me tell you, that busted my ego, that messed with my head. And because my first semester, I was flunking out. But I wasn't all dedicated either, because I was playing in a band at night. I was working in the afternoon. I was working in the afternoon at General Motors, believe it or not. And now I'm trying to go to college. And I wasn't ready. The working at General Motors became probably primary for me because I was making good money as a teenager. And I eventually ended up becoming a college dropout. Went on the road as a musician, did fairly well. I can't complain about what God has done for me as a musician. But then God called me home. My wife challenged me to come home. I came home because I loved my family more than I did my music career at that time. And guess what? I had to start all over because I didn't have any other skills. I was a college dropout. I played in a band. I quit working for General Motors and I couldn't go back, and so I had to start all over. I had to go back to school. At that time, I went to Bible college. I got certified in pastoral counseling and family counseling. I got certified to do those things, but it really, 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 really wasn't enough. And then my family moved to Lorain, Ohio. And at that time, my son was involved in a group, and that group needed to raise some funds. They did successful as a singing group, a choir. They got some contracts, but in order to tour, they needed to raise money. And my son challenged me. He came to me and he said, "Hey, Dad, can you help me? Can you help us?" He brought the leader of the group to us. And eventually we began to partner with them to learn how to fundraise. And my wife, dear friend of mine, and a dear friend of mine and his wife, they really tricked me to go to a fundraising training. That told me it was a weekend getaway because I was working hard. But I ended up being at the getaway and found out there was a training for grant writing. And they paid for me to go, and I went. And my friends, one of the best things I ever did, because it allowed me to become a difference maker. It allowed me to learn how to help that group. It allowed me to learn how to make a difference for other people. I not only learned what I can do for me and for at least for that group, but I learned there were many people who were like that group who did not know what to do and were stuck and not knowing how to raise the funds and where to go to get the money. And I learned how to do that to help individuals. And in doing so down through the years, is what helped me come up with this 5 R's for successful fundraising. As many of you all know, I've been doing this online for at least 3 or 4 years. I did it as a pastor through the church. We were helping organizations in Youngstown, Ohio, what we called at that time the Pathway Partner Group. They would become member organizations, and we were writing grants for the member organization. There were summer programs that we wrote. One year we had over $250,000 for a summer program, 8-week program that funded 12 churches. That program was called KEYS, Keep Educating Youth All Seasons. And it is copywritten. You can't just go do it because we're doing it. We'll be doing it again here. Keep Educating Youth All Seasons. So that meant in the summer, we were able to help them, but also provide tutoring programs in the evening, but in the fall and winter. But the summer program raised a lot of money for a lot of churches. And we continued to do those things. But I learned those same organizations needed help. They didn't have their organizational structure. They didn't have an EIN. All they was using was the church. I taught separating the church and state. Don't get funds for your organization and start using it in the church or having your board of directors, your council, or your deacon look at $10,000, $12,000, $20 coming in and want to use the money to fix the parking lot. No, you want to separate your organization and make sure that you're doing the right thing. And so back then in 2006, 2008, we wrote a book called Taxes and Tithes, It's Your Money. That's available on Amazon. Taxes and Tithes, It's Your Money. Now, the book is a little outdated because we've had several presidents and several structural changes, administrative changes since that time. But the theme of the book still applies today on the way to organize your organization. How to set up your organization is in that original book, right? Taxes and Tithes, It's Your Money on Amazon, right? Now, listen. So since that time, we've been helping organizations back over and over and over. And a couple of years ago, last year, maybe Mark and I, we began to talk about simplifying fundraising. And we came up with the 5 R's of successful fundraiser. And we just talked about what those 5 R's, right? We talked about research, read, write, review, and relationship. Those 5 R's can make fundraising successful. Let me give you a couple things I want you to do. And I'm gonna add and change a little bit. So if you want to do so, let's reconnect. Let's reconnect. Let me add an R. Look at your overall goal. Look at what you all are trying to do. Look at your vision and make sure it's mapped out right. Meet with your board, meet with your team. And if it's just you, then how do you and I reconnect and make sure that what you're doing is what you need in order to be a successful fundraiser? Are you with me? I want to make sure that what you're trying to do, here we go. What you're trying to do is on track. I'm thinking as I'm writing. So why don't we revisit your why? Let's make the first R instead of reconnect. Let's today, for the sake of this lesson, this podcast, let's revisit your why. That's a part of the research that we want you to do. We want you to revisit your why. So look at your organization, right? And then write down your why. Why are you doing what you're doing? Clearly articulate your organization's purpose and the specific community needs that you are going to address. Revisit your why. That's the first thing I want you to do today. And again, these are action steps. I'm not just talking today. I'm actually asking you to actually do that. And when you're done doing that, I want you to write me and tell me what you came up with. The first one, again, revisit your why. Clearly articulate, hello somebody, your organization's purpose and the specific community needs you want to address. The second one, connect intentionally with, in other words, build relationships. Who out there do you know? Who are you working with? Now, everybody, here's one of the main things that I tell most fundraisers or most organizations. Stop looking for all the $100,000 grants and more. Start looking for some of the 2, the 5, the 10, the 15, and the $20,000 grants. Let me tell you something. If you had 5 organizations giving you $5,000, that's $25,000 in your bank account today. Can I ask you an honest question? What would you do if you had $25,000 in your account today? I wish you would answer that for me. Send me a DM, a message. Tell me what you would do if you had $25,000 in your account today. That's why we talk about fundraising versus just grant writing. Connect and build relationships. Watch this. There are organizations that you're already working with or individuals that you're already working with. You're giving money, you're putting money in a bank, you're buying from Walmart, you're buying from Home Depot, you're buying from Office Depot, you're buying from all these different places. And most of these organizations, local organizations that you're already buying from, going to buy $4 Starbucks coffee once or twice a day or a week or whatever, different places that have what they call a community connection within their business. And you start building or reconnecting with those and building relationships with those businesses. And those businesses can offer you opportunities to raise funds, to get people to come in and help you. There's a lot of things businesses can do for you. They have community days. If you're trying to remodel a room, Home Depot can help you with free paint. Come on. Why spend $100 on gallons of paint or 5-gallon jugs of paint to paint a room when Home Depot can donate that to you, giving you stencils to put over the name of the room? There are a lot of things you can do. Build relationship. That was number 2, right? That's a part of our 5 R's. The first one was research. You want to know your why. You want to make sure you're connecting your why with other people and their why. 2, relationship. I can't go over these enough. Number 3 is write. Well, actually, it's read. I'm going to reverse that. It's read. I got it on my paper wrong today too. You want to read. When you begin to build a relationship, they give you information. They have annual reports. They tell you who they gave money to. Find out who they are. Find out who they gave money to. Find out if you match their vision, and then you begin to connect. Read up on these individuals. Read up on the stories that they print in the newspaper. Read up on what they're doing in their local connection. Read up on the organizations and the people. There are people in your area who are philanthropists, right? Read up on these people. Come on now. Find out who's in your neighborhood that can help you with what you want to do. Then you build that relationship. We go back to being intentional relationship builder. Normally in my 5 R's, that's last, but I have it earlier because I'm trying to help it simplify this process. For me, the reality is I do it so often, it doesn't matter what order the 5 are in, because sometimes you got to research, sometimes you got to build a relationship with them and then research who they are. Sometimes you got to research and go find out who you need to build relationships with. Come on. Sometimes you got to read about them before you build a relationship with them, things like that. However the 5 R's work successfully for you, make it happen. The 4th one, we talked about reading. Then once you read up on them, now you want to write. Either write to them or get their funding opportunity and write about it. You either want to write, that's the next one, Mark. Write. WRITE. You want to write either to them. You want to tell them about your organization. That's why we qualify you first. So you'll have the information to write to the funder about. Or if you're responding to an RFP, request for funding, or a NOFA, a notice of funding available, or if they just have a simple letter on their website they want you to respond to, then you want to write the right things for them. That's why we qualify you, so you have the information to respond to what they're asking you for. All right? Then we want to review everything that they have, what you have, and you want to now get busy. Somebody say get busy. You want to make sure that you're doing what you're asked to do. Now, time is short. I only got a minute or 2 left. Again, you want to make sure you're doing the right thing. We want to make sure you have a cash flow. We want to make sure, come on somebody, that you're doing the proper steps. And this is simplifying your fundraising process. You want to research those organizations. You want to read about those organizations. You want to write to those organizations, or you want to make sure what you have is written down properly. Okay. You want to make sure you're reviewing everything that you have, and you want to go build relationships. You've got to build relationships. Do some networking. Heard my daughter in her program called Triunity the other day. We were in Youngstown, and her organization called Triunity. And she's doing fairly well. And we were having a conversation. And she said, "Pop, I need to get out there, Dad. I need to get out there a little more. I need to network. Because watch this." And her answer was so proper. If I'm networking and I'm attending other people's programs and affairs, they're more likely to attend mine. You understand that? See, when you're networking and you're going to meet with other people, when you're doing something, they're more likely to support you. So building relationships, that's why for me, I had it last on purpose, because you want to make sure you do that. You want more information on the information that we did today? Listen, you can book a session with me one-on-one by going to my Calendly, and you repeat, and you can get a discovery session with me, 30-minute long, and we can begin to find out what your need is and how we match your vision with the right funder to help you have a consistent cash flow. I hope I said something today. I know I spoke a lot. I've been gone for 2 weeks, but I'm back, and I just want to help you become a kingdom fundraiser. So don't forget, go get your ebook on the 5 R's for Successful Fundraising. Connect with me on Facebook. Connect with me on LinkedIn. Connect with me on my webpage, and schedule a one-on-one with me so that you and I can be all that God called us to be. Thanks for joining me today. God bless you. Look forward to seeing you again this time next week.